Hey guys, it's Kay here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build. Finally, I am super excited to finally be able to upload videos again. My husband's laptop, which I use to make my speed builds, has been in for repairs for over a month now. And we finally just got it back today, so I'm very excited to share this video with you guys. I actually recorded this weeks ago, prior to his laptop going in for repairs, so I am going to try to chat through it as best as I can. To be honest, I really don't remember too much of this build. I do know that it is a tier 2 tiny home, so the second tier, the second size of tiny homes that you can have. So it is 64 tiles, the maximum amount you can have for that tier, and I imagine this to be for a surfer dude who just basically lives in the water. He loves the ocean, he's always swimming, he's always outdoors, and he has this tiny house because he doesn't need anything bigger. He doesn't like to spend time indoors. He would just rather be outside in the sun, in the water, and doing his thing. And I know that surfing isn't actually a thing in The Sims 4, which is unfortunate. I think with a beach world like Sulani, surfing would have been a really cool thing to include, but oh well, we don't have that. And so I know there's like parasailing. I don't know if it's called parasailing in The Sims. I mention this probably in every video, but I don't do too much gameplay in The Sims, so I really don't know what some of the activities are called or some of the different things that you can do in Sulani. And in my last video, the gamer couple apartment, I had mentioned something about there not being like a video game testing career, which I guess there is sort of a career path you can take that where one of the jobs is like a video game tester. So my bad. I tend to say stupid things like that when I don't know what I'm talking about, and apparently when it comes to gameplay in The Sims, I don't know very much. So maybe I should spend some more time doing gameplay so that I can actually say the right things when I'm doing voiceovers for builds. But anyway, I have pretty much talked through the entire structure of the build. It is a tiny home, so it came together pretty easy. I believe it's basically just one open room, and then obviously the bathroom is closed off, but the kitchen, dining, living area are all kind of in one space. And then I do remember that there is like a lofted area for the bed. And so here we are just working on some landscaping, and you guys will have to bear with me throughout this speed build because I am out of practice with voiceovers and you kind of forget how to do it. I don't know. I don't feel like it's like riding a bike where you can just pick it back up and do it again. I definitely am lacking on the things to say, but I think it also doesn't help that I built this so long ago, so I really don't remember it. So I'm kind of like watching it. Maybe I should have watched it through once before trying to do the voiceover, but I was just so excited to start working on videos again and get this voiceover done. So that is what we're doing. It looks like here I'm just working on some landscaping. I know I didn't want to include like a fence around the property because I just wanted it to feel very open. Sulani is a very open world and I do love that, so I wanted to keep this house kind of in with that same theme. And here I'm just using these debug stepping stones. I apologize if I sound a little stuffy. Also, you guys, I have had the worst allergies for the last week or so. So I probably sound a little silly, like my nose is plugged, but it is. To be frank, it is stuffy, and I was not going to let that stop me from doing this voiceover, so I apologize if I sound a little silly. I'm probably going to regret posting this, but that's okay. We'll see how it goes. Here I am just adding this, what are horseshoes? Is that what it's called? Jeez, I don't even know these objects. It's so silly. I think it's the horseshoe activity. I just wanted to make sure that there was a lot of things for your Sims to do, and this build is play tested. I did test every single object to make sure that everything is accessible, and it is. I did have to make some changes to the lofted bed area because it was just so squishy. He wasn't able to access the dresser that I put in there, but I am getting way ahead of myself. We are obviously still working on the landscaping, just adding these tiki torches for some lighting outside, and then I believe just putting some little decorations on the front, more landscaping because you can never have enough landscaping, apparently. It looks like I was kind of switching back and forth between landscaping and decorating the outside, but here we are working on the floor plan. So I remember at first I think I wanted that room towards the back to be the bedroom, but it really just would have been too small, and it didn't really make sense to have this such a small home so closed off like that. So I do switch that up, make it just one big open floor plan, and then there we are adding the little lofted area for the bed. And yeah, I think that is basically it for the floor plan. Hopefully we will get into the decorations soon because like I said, I don't remember this build very much, so I'm kind of forgetting what I do next. And yeah, I am totally running out of things to say because I am completely out of practice for these speed builds, but it will get better with time, I promise. I have 3 different videos actually that I'm working on right now that will be speed builds. One of them I actually just finished tonight, but I will not be able to post it until Easter because it is part of an Easter collaboration that I was invited to join on Instagram. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, please do. I definitely have a lot more content on my Instagram than I do on YouTube, just because it's inherently easier to post pictures as opposed to making speed builds and videos. But I do hope to be more active on YouTube. I truly appreciate everybody that has subscribed, everybody that likes, comments, and supports my videos. I will definitely have more content coming out very soon now that my husband has his laptop back and I have taken it hostage. So I will be using it for the time being and making as many videos as I can, at least while he doesn't need it for work. But here we are just decorating the kitchen. I am adding some, I remember this, I wanted to place that spoon and fork wall decoration so bad and I could not find a spot. I probably could have squeezed it in somewhere, but I didn't want it to be so tiny because I felt like it looked silly. If you're gonna have like a spoon and a fork on your wall, it should probably be big, like not giant, but like bigger than a typical size spoon and fork. So I think I do eventually find a spot for it somewhere, and yeah, that ends up working out. And like I said, I did play test this build, so the kitchen is fully functional. Your Sims can prep meals on that little corner area that I tried to leave blank. I definitely didn't put as much clutter in the kitchen because, I mean, well, for one, there just isn't that much space for it, but this is a tiny home, and like I said, I imagine the Sim to just be outdoors mostly and really not wanting to spend his time inside, so I figured he wouldn't have like too many clutter items lying around. But over here I'm just working on the entryway, just trying to find a way to fit these plants in here that are from Eco Lifestyle, and I use in probably every single build. I use these way too often because they're just so pretty. And here I'm just adding a random trophy from, I'm not sure what pack this is from, I can't remember, it might be from Get Famous. I believe it is from Get Famous, but the idea that I had for that is that maybe he won it in like a surfing competition. I know it's not a surfing trophy, but we can always pretend. I just thought it looked really cute there next to that surfboard decoration, which I did size down. It is meant to be a floor decoration, but I thought it looked actually kind of cool up there, just like a little model surfboard. Maybe he made it or designed it himself or something. Oh, that actually would have been a really cool idea. I probably could have included a woodworking table outside just as another activity, and maybe he's like into crafting his own surfboards or something. Not that you can actually do that in The Sims, but it's fun to pretend. And so over here is going to be the little living area. Obviously it's very tiny. I just put this really small kind of older model TV. He probably doesn't watch it too much. He'd rather be outside surfing or being in the sun, doing anything but being indoors. And then I had trouble kind of deciding the layout for this. I remember that, yeah, I did. So I did end up cutting out a lot of footage right there because I was going back and forth on the placement that I wanted for the TV, whether I wanted it kind of at an angle like that in the corner or whether I wanted it straight on, and just kind of more, yeah, I guess straight, as opposed to at an angle. And I think what I had done is added a half wall kind of separating the living area from the kitchen, but it just made the space really cramped. And it didn't look too good. I felt like it was too crowded and it wasn't necessary to have that separation there. It is a tiny home after all, so I just wanted it to have a very open floor plan. And then over here is going to be a very tiny bathroom, but it is fully functional and it does have a sink, a toilet, and the shower from university. So that is how you are able to save space in a tiny home, by making a 1x3 sized bathroom. So I just move the window open so that the shower can be centered with the door, and then that way your Sims are able to use the shower if needed, and then they can also walk right past it to get to the sink. And then I do just end up putting the toilet on the other side. So not too much going on in the bathroom. I tried to decorate it and clutter up a little bit with things that I thought belonged in a bathroom. It is very dark, which is cool. I don't typically do darker bathrooms like that. And granted, it is a very small bathroom. So, I mean, I would like to do like a normal size bathroom that is dark. And then maybe that would actually be worth talking about. But what are you going to do? So over here is just the dining area. I believe this is where I am finally able to put that wall decoration, the spoon and the fork that I was talking about earlier. I believe what I do is move the window down slightly and then I put that decoration there. Like I said, I was so determined to have that decoration somewhere, and I finally had found the spot for it, and I just remember being way more excited than I should have been. Yep, there we are, just moving the window down and finally putting the spoon and the fork. Mission accomplished. I think later I end up adding a laptop to the table. I think what I had decided is that maybe he's a university student, and what he does is lifeguard when he's not in class. So that's how he's able to pay for tuition, and he's also able to spend time outdoors. But I kind of figured like maybe he's not doing very well in school and he's kind of just going to please his parents. And maybe his parents are kind of helping him pay for this spot so long as he does stay in class. But he really just does the bare minimum and would really just rather be outside. And I think here we are moving on to this little lofted bed area. There's not too much that I am able to fit in here. I think just a bed, a nightstand, and then some clutter items on the nightstand, as well as some pictures on the wall. I was able to squeeze in a dresser, but like I said, I did have to change it a little bit. I believe after I play tested it, he wasn't able to get up the stairs because the dresser was blocking it. So just adding, I believe, a lamp, and then I probably add some books like I usually do. I'm guessing it's going to be the books from Tiny Living. If I know anything about myself, it will be the books with the plants, kind of as the bookends that come from the Tiny Living stuff pack. So I guess we will find that out in a minute. I believe I'm just adding some more wall art. What I had decided is that maybe here we are adding the plants from Tiny Living. I mean the books. I use those in almost every build. I mean, they are really cute, they're really versatile, and they can go in a lot of different styles, but I really need to branch out and maybe use some different ones because I know there's some from base game and then there's also some from City Living, I believe, but I just always tend to gravitate towards the ones from Tiny Living. And then here we are just adding some curtains. Over here is where I do put the dresser and probably some more wall art. I think what I actually do, I am able to fit another window up there, and I do add that just to have a little bit more natural light. I wanted this to feel like it was just very natural and kind of just really part of the world of Sulani, so he could really have that kind of ocean vibe that he was going for. But we're just adding a few more of these pictures, a plant, and I believe I'm just using stuff from Island Living now, trying to make it really fit in with the rest of the world, the sculpture, and I think that might be about it. Here I'm just playing with the dresser, trying to make everything fit properly. That plant kept getting like darkened, like as if the light wasn't hitting it. So I was just rearranging everything, trying to make it look pretty, and then just adding some sunscreen. Obviously, he spends a lot of time outside, and I think that is probably about it. I definitely hope so. I don't know when this video ends. I think we are coming up on the screenshot soon, and then we will be just about finished here. I know I definitely add a window though. I remember adding a window, and I think adding some more decorations outside before we head on to the screenshots, but I guess we will find out together. And yeah, I have pretty much ran out of things to say, so I do hope you guys enjoy this build. Like I said, I will have more videos coming out shortly, and hopefully with a couple more I will kind of get back into the groove of doing voiceovers, and they won't sound so ridiculous. But yeah, we are just about on to the screenshots. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate you. I will have another video coming out very shortly. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!
This life, yes I do. It gets even better when I'm spending it with you. The lonely stars are all jealous, it's true, 'cause they ain't got nobody to hold like I do. I love this life, yes I do. It's honey sweet, feather soft when I'm with you. You always say what I'm thinking is true. Nobody's got it quite like me and you. Let's see the 7 wonders, jump from an aeroplane, dive all the deepest oceans, run with the bulls in Spain. Let's take the New York subway, get off in Venice Beach. They do it big in Texas, but you're still my Georgia peach. I love this life. Let's see the 7 wonders, jump from an aeroplane, dive all the deepest oceans, run with the bulls in Spain. Let's take the New York subway, get off in Venice Beach. They do it big in Texas, but you're still my Georgia peach.